right, guys, welcome to today's class. We're going to be focusing obviously on our core today, and I thought it would be pretty cool to take the core or try and find the core in some standing postures. But before we get there, we're going to warm it up by lying down. So let's lie on our back. So just going to take a few moments to breathe here. Because hopefully by now you guys know that our breathing is directly affecting our core muscles. So you're going to take your hands over your tummy, index fingers over your belly button. Start to take nice big inhales in through your nose if that's available to you today. And exhale out the mouth, maybe creating a little bit of resistance through your exhale, maybe pursing your lips. I quite like to create a sh sound, or perhaps even the letter S is quite nice. A nice big inhale in through the nose and exhale. We're going to go for about 6 more rounds of that breathing. And I want you to really try to create your own sense of resistance on your exhalation. So elongating the exhale, eking out every little bit of air that you can get out of the system. You might feel at the end of your exhale that there's even a teensy little bit of core activation just by really focusing on getting rid of the stale air from your system. As you breathe in this style, probably got about 4 more breaths to go. On your inhalation, notice how your hands actually lift and rise as your belly expands. And notice that on your exhalation, the gradual descent of the belly back in towards the spine. We're not moving our lower back vertebra here, though. We're maintaining a relatively neutral posture in the lower back. So we'll feel the tissue of our tummy expand on our inhalation, and the tissue of our tummy contract and draw in towards the spine on our exhalation. Go for 2 more breaths. Last breath here. Well done. Tiny little subtle change coming your way. So all I want you to do here is to play around with something quite different perhaps, but the weight of your feet on the ground. So maintaining your neutral spine, can you perhaps think about lifting your feet, the actual soles of your feet, to become ever so slightly weightless off of the floor? And you will notice your lower back muscles switch on, and with that, can I encourage you to start to think about activating into your tummy muscles? Now, I'm not asking you to lift your feet completely off the ground. If what I'm thinking here is maybe 20% of the lift of your feet away from the floor. So you still got weight in the feet, but you're thinking about lifting them. 20% of your effort. Notice the lower back wants to lift away from the ground. Can I ask you to really encourage yourself back to neutral? And then we're going to come back into our breathing. 4 more rounds of breath here. So take a nice big inhale. Exhale, draw your navel to your spine. Don't imprint, don't lose your neutral, but draw your belly to your spine on that exhalation. Okay, so it's big inhale in through the nose. Your feet are about 20% lifted off of the floor, so you've still got some weight in them. And exhale. This should be pretty intense. 2 more. Inhale. Last time. Notice if your elongation of your exhale is no longer what it was before. It goes a little quicker than you maybe would like it to go. And then relax your weight, the weight of your feet back into the ground, and just notice which muscles relax then as you relent back to the floor. Great job. So from here, we're actually going to take our legs into tabletop position. So finding neutral if you feel like you've lost it. Take one leg into tabletop and the other leg into tabletop and just hang out there with me. Okay, let's come back to our breath. Relax the shoulders. Elongate through the nape of your neck and inhale again in through the nose. Exhale, draw the navel to spine, but keep your neutral spine. Good. On your next inhalation, let your left foot tap towards the ground. The feathers touch and then bring it back up. We're going to alternate over to the right. So your single leg swaps here. Moving with your breath. I want you to I want you to focus on your breath here as your rhythm. Focus on your neutral spine as the integrity of your core stability and pelvic stability. And the leg movement is really slow and controlled, hinging at the hip to let the foot tap down, bringing it back the way it came. So you could play around with your breath here. You could take an exhale as the leg goes down or an inhale as the leg goes down. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. But pick one and work with what feels good. You're going to go for 6 more. And for 5. Beautiful. Lovely toes out there. 4. Maybe you can get the foot to travel a teensy-weensy a little bit further away from the body without losing that neutral spine. 2. Beautiful. And last time. Well done. Hug your knees to your chest. Allow your lower back to imprint into the floor. And then let's just bring our forehead up towards our kneecaps, coming into global flexion of the spine. Breathing down into the lower back here. And then we're going to just roll up into a little seat with me. Cool. Very nice. And then reach your arms forward with your palms facing up. Soft bend through the elbows. Lengthen up through the spine. And we're going to exhale, roll off our sit bones onto our sacrum. A little C curve here. Good. And then gently bring yourself all the way back up again. Okay, so we're going to oscillate from a lengthened spine every time you come up. Get really tall through the crown, but soften through the neck and shoulders. And then roll off of the sit bones. Feel that moment. And hey, there's the sacrum. You're going to roll onto the top of the sacrum. And then slowly deepen through that belly to spine connection as you come up. 2 more times. Beautiful. And squeezing the shoulder girdle back and down, but keeping that length through the spine as you come down. And then slowly, navel to spine, lifts you up. Okay, last time, let's hang out in a C curve that we feel we can comfortably and uncomfortably maintain. Good. And pause. Really nice. Just take a look at your knees. Make sure that one knee isn't traveling past the other in space. Get them nice and parallel. Beautiful. And then try and get a little bit more curl into the lower back. So you're thinking pubic bone to navel here. Draw navel to spine. Beautiful. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Think about the front of the rib cage piercing through your body as you curl forward. Beautiful. Hang out here with me, and then we're going to take our right arm. We're going to rotate open to the right-hand side. Pause in that rotation moment. Squeeze the scapula down. And just make sure for me that you haven't let that left knee travel past the right in space. And then bring the right arm back. Good. Left arm opens to the left. Beautiful. And then slowly bring it back. We're just going to do one more on each side. Okay. So you'll feel a combination of lower back and core other muscles as well. Last time onto the left. Beautiful, bring it back. And then we're actually going to come down onto our forearms here. Yes, well, nice, well done. Okay, so try your best not to sink into the shoulders. I know it's really tempting, but press down into the fingertips, press down into the finger pads, push down to the elbows and the forearms, and then come into an imprint for me. So you're going to round into the lower back, pubic bone is kind of mounding up towards your forehead. Beautiful. One leg's going to come into tabletop, other leg into tabletop, and hang out there with me. And just encourage a little bit more uh, lumbar flexion. So see if you can come into a little bit more of an imprint. So feel the lower abdominal switch on. Cool. From here, we're going to come back into our single leg swap. So slowly take that left foot, tap it down towards the ground and bring it back up. Opposite foot. Nice. Good. Very, very nice. Find your breath. Lovely extension there. Love that little lift out of the shoulder blades there. Nice. So yeah, this for me, every single time, I just constantly have to remind myself not to sink into my shoulders. And it's going to really make you super strong if you can avoid that temptation. Go for 4 more. We want to try and integrate the shoulders into the core as much as possible. It's so good for us to practice those connections. Last time. Well done. Now, upper body is going to stay really stable, but what I'd like you to try and do here is to rotate into the lower body. So your lower body, your booty is going to roll over to the right. Good. Take an inhale, push down through those forearms, and exhale, extend both legs out long. Squeeze your inner thighs together, point through the toes. Good. Then bend into the knees, roll your booty over to the left. Pause, push through the forearms, and extend on an exhale, reach the legs long. Nice. Keep on going at your own pace. So it's going to be an inhale through center, and exhale to extend. Good. And inhale through center. And an exhale to extend, squeeze the shoulder blades down, especially on the top side. So say, for instance, I'm going to rotate my lower body to the right. I want to squeeze my left shoulder blade down even more. Inhale through center. I'm going to extend my legs over to the left. I want to squeeze my right shoulder blade down even more. Good. And you'll feel that right oblique switch on as you do that. 1 more each side. Exhale, reach. Good. Inhale through center. We're still in imprint. So draw navel to spine. Exhale, reach opposite side. Good. Bring it back through center. And then let's just hug our knees to our chest. Release yourself back onto the ground. Take a moment. Nice. Well done. Okay, cool. So from there, we're actually gonna come back into that situation. Same, but slightly different. So roll up and then just come back onto the forearms. So we were doing like booty side to side, but and I'll angle myself a little differently here. What we're going to try and do now is more of a hip joint movement, or a kind of a circular hip joint movement. We're going to extend our legs up towards the sky, and then we're going to see slowly and only in a range of motion that feels good and nice for your hips. Can you open the legs east and west? As soon as I get to this moment, I need to squeeze the muscles of my legs more to prevent that awkward click from happening deep in the hip joint. I want to squeeze those muscles on. I'm going to draw a circle down, through center, and up. Okay? Exhaling into the most difficult moment is quite helpful. So that lower point in the circle, and up. Nice. So as you go about this, once you feel like you kind of got the size of your circle working for the hips, can you start to think about your lower back positioning being a little bit more under your control? Go for 2 more in this direction if you can. Nice. Size of the circle is unique to you and your hip joints. Last time. Nice. Okay, now from here, take your legs down to an angle that you feel you can maintain for a little while. And then you're going to roll onto your right forearm, right hip, so that your left arm can actually go up into the sky. Nice. Good. Now maybe you can bend the knees in, tap the pinky toe with your left hand. Good. And then exhale, reach long. Nice. Yeah, cool. And then bring it in. And then exhale, reach long. Beautiful. Inhale, bring it in. So if I send my legs forwards, it's a little bit easier than if I think about sending my legs directly down south beneath me, okay? See if you can play around with the angle of extension of the legs. Go for 2. Press out of that right shoulder a little bit more if you can. Reach. Good. And last time. Reach. Good. Bring the knees in. Roll back onto your sacrum. Put the left arm back down on the ground. Your hip flexors are probably going to talk to you. I know. Okay. Push through the floor. Take an inhale. Exhale. Reach the legs up towards the sky. Now we're going to take the legs down first. This is tough. Out and around and up. I know. Down. Out and around and up. Last time. And down. Out and around and up. Good. Roll onto your left forearm. I know. Push the floor away. Bend the knees in. Bring your hand to your pinky toe. Now, in this moment, adjust that bottom forearm as much as you need to for life to make sense. Okay. Push out of that shoulder blade. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, extend. Reach. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Find your tummy. And then bring it back. Good. Exhale. Reach. Nice. And then inhale, bring it back. Last 3. Exhale, reach. Beautiful. Bring it back. 2. Bring it back. And last time, reach. Bring it back. Good. Roll back onto your sacrum. And don't lie down. We're going to roll into seated. And then if you can, just come straight away onto all fours. I know that's not a move that is very kind on the knees. So please get onto your hands and knees in a way that works for you. Well done, by the way. Okay, cool. So all of what we just did was purposeful so that you can hopefully feel your core in positions where we're not doing traditional core work, like this one, quadruped. So find your neutral, magnetize the back of your skull back up towards the sky, and then let's straight away send our left leg long back behind us, suspended up into the sky. Nice. So you're opening up the hip that you've just been doing lots of flexion with. Press down through the floor a little bit more, especially through that right arm. Try and even out your weight distribution between your 2 hands. And that right hip is not sinking out to the right, but rather you're pressing down through the right shin to lift out of that right hip as well. Send your right arm long, thinking about length from toes to fingertips rather than worrying about height. Nice. Okay. From the sky, a glass of champagne just landed on your bum. You're not going to let it spill, but you're going to bring your right hand in towards the left knee, knee into hand, and they're going to meet one another just beneath you, keeping the lower back in neutral. Don't let it round, and then reach long. Nice. Very nice. Keep moving. So the pace is totally up to you. And in the moments where you feel like you're getting maybe a speed wobble, try and slow those bits down on the next rep and see if you can get a bit more control in those parts. Let's try for maybe 4, depending on your pace. 3. The moment where the hand and the knee meet, hopefully you get a sense of lower abdominal activation. 2. And last time. Beautiful. Reach the left leg back, but pop that right hand back onto the floor here. Cool. We're going to come into a little transition into downward facing dog. So I want to keep my left leg lifted, but I'm going to bring my knee in and hover it off of the floor. I'm going to tuck the toes of my right foot under. And then I'm going to come up into a single leg downward facing dog and stretch my left leg up towards the sky. Nice. Cool. Take a moment here. Now, in your downward facing dog, your left leg should still be lifted off of the floor. Take an inhale. Think about where your lower back is right now. So if it's arching, Can you lift your navel up towards the ceiling? And then you're going to slowly bring your weight forward into a plank. And as you do this, send your left knee to your left elbow. Exhale is quite nice on that. And then take it up and back into the single leg down dog. And then bring it forward again, left knee, left elbow. And up and back. Let's go for 3 more of these. And then just so you know, you're going to try and step that left foot through. So 2 more to go. Good, last time. Knee to elbow first. And then see if you can perhaps step that left foot between the 2 hands straight away without. Yes, nice. Cool. Okay, cool. So setting up the feet for success in a train track-like scenario. Let's come up into standing. Well done. Okay. Reach your arms forward. And here again, I know my head's a bit chopped off, but here again, I'm aiming for you to try and feel your core. Okay, so core activation here is what I want you to try and get to. Reaching the arms forward, we're going to come into a little bit of a warrior 3. So that means I'm going to take my weight into my left leg, balance, and reach. Now, instead of letting your lower back just arch and your belly drip to the floor, can you pull your lower belly in and up? Lengthen through the crown of your head. Maybe think about those hips squaring with the long edges of your mat. Good. Hold that balance and then see if you can imaginary pull cords from the wall in front of you with your arms. The arms are going to pull back. Right knee is going to come in and then reach long in opposition. Bring it in and reach it back. I really want you to try and think about how you can find your core in this movement. So how could I think about making my core feel a little bit stronger and stable? Lift the tummy away from the floor. Puff up through the back of the heart. Go for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice. Now step that right foot back into your lunge position. Nice. Great job. And then we're going to take our hands back to the ground. Step the left foot back into a plank position. Hold here with me for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Just take a brief shell stretch. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. And then you are done, done, done. Well done. Right. So let's just get straight to it. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. That's so funny. I feel like Tam's like, what are you doing to me? All right. We are taking right leg back. Reach it long. Lift it up. As soon as I do that, every time I lift one leg in the air, my lower back is like, let me help, and arches. So can you think about lifting it away from the floor and reaching your left arm long? Nice. Where's your center? Where's your belly button at? Lift away from the floor, puff up through the back of the heart, and find that core a little more if you can. And then knee to hand, hand to knee. Reaching long in opposition. So as you can probably hear, I like to exhale, bring the hand to knee to hand, and inhale to reach in opposition. The opposite breathing is really nice as well. And yeah, both have their benefits for sure. Good. Remember that glass of champagne is still on your butt right now, and you're not letting it spill, hopefully. Last 3, 2, last time. Well done. Okay, hands going to come to the ground. Right knee is still lifted off the floor, but hovering. Tuck the toes of the left foot under. It's a little bit of hope and a little bit of momentum that's going to take you up into that single leg downward facing dog. Reach the right leg nice and strongly up towards the sky once you get there. And then let's send the right knee to the right elbow as you ripple forward into your plank. Good, and then reach it up and back. Same, 3 more times, right to the right. And back. As you come forward and backwards, imagine your nose had a little dollop of paint on it, and your nose was drawing a line straight forward and straight back on your mat. 2. And last time, step it forward once you've taken the knee to the elbow. Bam. Nice, good core compression there. And then come up into standing. Well done. Great job. Okay. So find a position where your lower back is not arching on you here. So draw the pubic bone to navel. Yes. Reach your arms forward, soft bend into the elbows, palms face up. And then let's take our weight up into that right leg. Balance. Lift your navel to your spine here. Yeah. Puff up through the back of the heart. Beautiful. And then see if you can pull imaginary cords from the wall in front of you as you bring your left knee in. And then stretch long. And reach and pull. And reach. Good. And reach. Go for 4. And reach. And 3. And reach. And 2. And reach. Last time. Step it back with control. Good. Nice. Frame the front foot with the hands. Last plank. Step the right foot back. Hold. Nice. We're going to spend 6 breaths in plank. Try and find your full 3-dimensional inhale and your full complete sh or s exhale. Just like we did at the beginning on our back. And 2. And 3. And 4. Get rid of that air. Last time. Knees down. Untuck the toes, come back into a shell stretch. And you can be really proud of yourself. Great job. Take a few more moments in your shell. Do whatever you feel like you need to do here. Maybe reaching back for the feet. Or perhaps taking the hands from side to side. 4 more breaths. Allow the hips to relax, especially at the front. And think about your bum just really kind of melting towards your heels. Allow the breath to travel down, encouraging the expansion of the belly between the inner thighs as you breathe in. Don't be afraid of taking up that space. And last breath. Well done. We're going to just transition to standing through a downward facing dog, hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, come up and back. And then walk your feet forward towards the hands. Bend into the knees, fold over your thighs. We're restacking the spine here, so it's such a wonderful opportunity. It's almost like a reset to the whole day. Slowly restack one vertebra on top of the other. And once you're up, roll your shoulder blades back and down. And you are 100% done. Thank you so much. That was